Hi, this is Dr. Clarinda Forte-Katz, and I want to thank you for joining us for podcast number 4. Today's lecture is Vitalism versus Mechanism. We're looking at comparing two schools of thought within the healthcare system, but it's not just healthcare, it's pretty much, you want to look at it as philosophies throughout life. This was brought to me by the idea for this podcast was brought to me by a patient. It was a patient question, and we thought it was a good idea to be sharing this information with you. So hope you enjoy. Okay, so mechanistic is mechanical, machine. Think about that. The Webster definition is the fundamental physical or chemical process involved in or responsible for an action, reaction, or other natural phenomenon. Vitalistic, from the word vital, meaning life. Webster's definition is a doctrine that the processes of life are not explicable by the laws of physics and chemistry alone, and that life is in some part self-determining. So sometimes people think vitalism is a new age or a new fangled idea, and so the question is, is this something that's only been a recent discovery, or is there something else going on? So we look back at Hippocrates back in ancient Greece. Hippocrates is also known as the father of medicine. And he was quoted saying that humans are created to be healthy as long as they are whole, body, mind, and spirit. People are characterized by self-healing properties that come from within, an innate healing force. Perfect health and harmony are a normal state of life. The other couple of other quotes that I love about Hippocrates, he also said, look well to the spine, for it is the cause of all disease. And Hippocrates is also quoted saying, let food be your medicine and let medicine be your food. So even though the medical profession uses him as the father of medicine, I think Hippocrates probably was more of a vitalistic guy than we perhaps might remember him to be. Max Planck was a Nobel Prize physicist and father of the quantum theory. And he said this back in 1944, that all matter originates and exists only by virtue of a force. We must assume behind this force the existence of a conscious and intelligent mind. This mind is the matrix of all matter. So again, there is the intelligent mind that keeps us all going in life, and it's connected to all of us. D.D. Palmer, known as the father of chiropractic, he founded chiropractic or discovered chiropractic in 1895. He also recognized the innate or inborn healing power of the body. Prior to chiropractic, he was what was called a magnetic healer, and he would believe that there was something that was stopping the body from being well. And through chiropractic, we remove the interference so the body can heal itself. The power that made the body heals the body. Deepak Chopra, a contemporary of our time, says there is an inner intelligence in your body, and that inner intelligence is consciousness. It's the ultimate and supreme genius which mirrors the universe. Again, our inner universe reflects the outer universe. We are all connected. We are all able to heal. So let's compare the two, mechanism versus vitalism. So mechanism is mechanical. They see the universe as a giant clock. Vitalism, vital, life, universe is a living system. Mechanism, the body equals the sum of its parts. Vitalism, the body is greater than the sum of its parts. So in the medical field, you have medical specialists because everybody has a part. There's a heart guy, a digestive guy, a lung guy, an ear guy. In vitalism, there is just one doctor. It is a holistic healer. We look at the whole body. Mechanism studies the parts to understand the whole. Vitalism studies the whole to understand the parts. Mechanism, we are separate parts, lungs, kidneys, hearts, noses, ears, eyes, etc. In vitalism, we are interconnected, and each system affects the other. When we have a problem in one system, it's going to affect other systems. Mechanism deals with crisis care. Vitalism deals with wellness. So in mechanism, which is the medical field, they usually don't want to see you unless you're sick. In vitalism, we want to see you when you're well because it's easier to stay well than to get well. And anybody who's been sick knows how true that is. And when we look at vitalism, we are looking at people, at holistic healers, acupuncturists, nutritionists, chiropractors, so on and so forth. So there is a field in many of these healing arts, such as in acupuncture. We're looking at thousands of years old that they've been around. Mechanism, symptoms are meant to be suppressed. In vitalism, symptoms are signs that something is out of balance. So you go to a medical doctor with a runny nose, well, immediately they're going to want to stop the runny nose, and sometimes you're given a drug that causes other symptoms because of side effects. Where in vitalism, you come to us with a runny nose, well, now we want to know, well, why is the nose running? Is it an allergic response? Is it bacterial? Is it viral? What is causing this body to exhibit a runny nose, and why is this? In mechanism, the doctor is the authority. In vitalism, the doctor is the teacher and participates in the healing team. So I think we understand this, that in medicine, the doctor is it, what the doctor says goes, and that's it. I know in my office, when we have a new patient come in, I'm here to teach them. I'm here to teach them how to take care of their body, how to stay well, and if necessary, how to get well. But we are part of a team. We're part of a healing team. Years ago, we talked about health is a verb. In order to be healthy, you have to do things to stay healthy. In mechanism, disease is an event that needs to be corrected and it's considered abnormal. Vitalism says disease is a sign that the body is being out of balance. And so again, we see what is out of balance that is causing the body to exhibit a disease. And it could be something as high blood pressure or a cold or any other malady that one can think of. Mechanism believes in the germ theory. Vitalism believes in the breakdown theory. Now, we've had this conversation in the office before, and I think it might also have been reflected in an earlier podcast, that the germ theory says that germs cause disease, where vitalism, the breakdown theory, says it is a weakness in the body that causes one to be ill. And the example I've used many times is you have a germ, so let's say in this case a virus, and you have 3 people, and you've exposed all 3 people to this virus, the same virus. One person dies. The second person maybe gets a runny nose or a cough, and the third person has absolutely nothing happen to them. Does not mean the virus was any different from one person to the next. What it means is that the individual had an individualized immune response. So if we keep our immune system up and healthy, germs will not be an issue. And one of the quotes I love, which I believe is from B.J. Palmer, is that if the germ theory was true, no one would be alive to talk about it. Mechanism is fear-based. Oftentimes you're told you have to have tests because they are going to fear you into being ill and to die and to be sick. Vitalism is a trust-based care. We take care of our bodies knowing that our bodies know what to do to keep us healthy. Mechanism looks at normalization of the herd mentality, where vitalism looks at individualization. And again, so with medical tests, you see there is a range of what they consider normal. Oftentimes, if you are above or below, they want to make a bigger deal out of it. Where vitalism says, hey, look, this might be normal for your body. Some people tend to have a little bit higher blood pressure or maybe a little lower blood sugar. We have to look and see how the body as a whole is responding to whatever their individual readings are, and not to enforce a normalization on everybody. Mechanism looks at technology first, then science, art, and philosophy. Where vitalism looks at philosophy first, science, art, and then technology. So we come from a strong belief background that the body is able to heal itself, and then with that, we then go through and use our science next to rule things out. So this is pretty much the examples or the comparisons of how mechanistic healthcare and vitalistic healthcare work with each other. I was in chiropractic school at the time when the very first Star Wars episode came out, which is now known as Star Wars Episode 4. And I have to admit, when I heard this quote from Obi-Wan, it kind of rocked my world, because I knew of the innate healer, but when he said this, I realized that how we were so truly interconnected. So, Obi-Wan had said that the Force is an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us, penetrates us, and binds the galaxy together. We are a reflection of our universe. The way our body is interconnected with each organ, like a spider web, we are interconnected with the environment as a spider web too. So oftentimes, if our environment is sick, we will be sick. And when you see the rise of sickness in society, whether it's emotional, structural, or chemical, we are a reflection of that. And doing what we can to keep ourselves healthy, we can then move forward and keep our environment healthier. So, hey, I want to thank you so much for your time, for listening. I hope this was beneficial and this served you. If you would like to comment or question on this podcast or any of our other podcasts, please feel free to reach out to me through Facebook at Katz Family Chiropractic, or you may email me at clorkatz@comcast.net. Again, I'm Dr. Clorinda Forte Katz. Thank you again for your time. Get out there, be awesome, and make it a great day. Thanks for listening.